crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la, la la la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, welcome back again. We lost in the meanwhile 450 people, or they didn't enter yet because they didn't know that we started. So you know what, let me also remind people on Telegram that we are live, because some people, they do not know that we have the post game that we are doing as usual. So watch along is over, and now of course we go towards the post game of Juventus against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, as you all know, they won 2-0 with one shot from the distance, or no, in the box actually, in the box after a no-touch assist from Correa, from Joao Felix, and then that penalty scored on a foul on Cabal, 2-0. We need to speak about that game. We need to speak because there are a lot of things to say, a lot of interesting things that we saw. Now, I have put Dusan Vlahovic before the game here on the thumbnail of today's game. I think that if I do a poll about who was the worst of Atletico Madrid Juve, I think that Vlahovic will receive a lot of votes, probably 90% of the votes. Alessio is asking, can we talk about Dusan Vlahovic? Do you want to tackle immediately Dusan Vlahovic topic, or we go and analyze first all the entirety of the game? Tell me, guys. I think that we need to go towards Dusan. If there is someone in the chat now from the 366 people that we have that wants to indicate another one as the worst man of the game, please write it now in the chat or be silenced for eternity. Is there someone that was today worse than Dusan Vlahovic on the pitch for Juventus Football Club? By the way, not sponsored by Red Bull, but if they want, I'm available, of course. I see Cabal. I think that Cabal is influenced personally about the penalty coast. Yildiz. Bremer. I'm reading, Locatelli. Let's check to see the consensus of the chat. For the people that thinks it's Dusan, write the name of Dusan or use the emoji of Dusan, so that I know a bit the mood of what I think and if it's paired with you. So for now, the other one spoke. Let's speak. Let's the Dusan was not good. People speak here in the chat with the Dusan or the emoji of Dusan. Yeah, the majority. The majority. We'll speak later about the man of the match if there was one. Okay. The game. You saw that I've put Dusan there. We speak about Dusan. We start speaking about Dusan. Dusan is far from the Dusan that we want. Let's not lie about it. That doesn't mean we are not judging the player. We are judging the performance of today, but also the performance of Nuremberg, Brest, and today. And even if we want slightly the next-gen performance of Dusan Vlahovic. So we have 3 serious tests, not games. Tests and one così cosa, because family friendly. It is worth what it is. Where we didn't see the Dusan that we want. We saw a Dusan that had difficulties to be involved in the game in the first part of the friendlies. We saw a Dusan that is looked for in different occasions today. So I see a build-up, especially in the first half, that is finding also Dusan Vlahovic. But the problem is that Dusan Vlahovic From the moment that he has these occasions, or it is on his right foot because the one-on-man, because the man, Le Normand, that was on him, he was totally blocking his strong foot, the left one. But with his right foot, with his weak foot, he's not going on target. He's not going on target. He's not doing in the second half the right movements of Dusan, so we are expecting much more. The only hope I have for Dusan after watching that preseason, where probably if I do a ranking like I did last year, I did the 5 best ones of the preseason. I didn't do the flop 5, but if I should do a flop 5, Dusan will enter that flop 5 of the preseason. The hope I have for Dusan is that from the moment that the season is starting, and we saw it in the last 2 seasons, Dusan is mentally transforming himself in the game that are counting in the first 4-5 games. So hopefully he can start to be the Dusan that we want, that we are counting on Monday, on the 19th. So not tomorrow, but next week. He has 8 days to find the optimal form, and also the decision making, the controls, the shot on targets, the right movements, being involved, asking, being there, the number 9 that we need. Because last season, he started well, then he disappeared, and we know that when he disappeared, we had to count on the anti-hero Juve, where the goals were coming from Rugani, Bremer, Danilo, a bit of Rabiot, and he totally disappeared. Before coming back from the month of January, where he was lethal, where he was a machine, and that's the Dusan Vlahovic that we need. The first 5 games, Dusan Vlahovic, and the one from January, February, March. This is the Dusan Vlahovic that we need. The Dusan Vlahovic of this preseason is not the one that we need. Also because now Dusan Vlahovic is already at his 3rd start of the season. 3.5 season, because he joined in January. And now there is no Max Allegri with the old way of playing, not being able to find Dusan Vlahovic, not helping him enough, isolating him too much. Because today I saw a Dusan Vlahovic that we were looking for him in a numerous occasion. Wea giving him that ball in first half. Kenan giving him twice the ball in that second half. Wea in second half also trying to find Dusan Vlahovic. He had a few ones. In other games we saw with Dusan Vlahovic with balls that were arriving also from aerial solutions where he was not able to center the ball. Except of the 2 penalties that he had, one he missed, one he scored, I don't think that I remember, or I don't remember, maybe someone can help me, but a shot on target from Dusan Vlahovic. And if you have your number 9 that is growing in leadership, that received also that armband of vice captain in the game of Nuremberg, I believe, in that second half, growing in leadership, growing in importance, the most paid player with another coach, etc., etc., well, he needs to step up a lot. Because our offensive reparto, complete offensive part is weak because we don't have enough players. At the moment, we are still in search for an offensive winger on the left, an offensive winger on the right, preferably players that can play both positions. That's what Juventus is going for. If we are looking at and listening at the latest rumors of Mercato, Consensao and Nico Gonzalez, players that can both interchange and play there. Wea, Yildiz, Nico Gonzalez, and Consensao could be 4 players. But up front, you have Dusan Vlahovic waiting for Milik to come back. Milik that is not listening to any offer, is refusing everything. So Milik will be the sub, the vice Dusan Vlahovic. There is no hope for a Broja. There is no hope for a new player because Milik will stay. So a lot will depend on Dusan Vlahovic and Milik, and at the moment I can tell you that it's true that I'm a bit worried at today. Then from next week we hope to see a total different Dusan Vlahovic with competitive games, but at today we can't be reassured, we can't sleep really well. It's a reality. So the goals need at the moment, if there is no drastic change in form of Dusan, needs to come from somewhere else. And the problem is that I don't see them coming at the moment from somewhere else. Because we still need a Koop Manners that I have told you so many times, according to me, is vital. And if Koop Manners doesn't arrive, we have a problem. We have a problem if Koopmeiners, Atalanta is keeping him again, longer, we have a problem. That's why also, I believe, Cristiano Giuntoli stayed in Italy to talk. But he didn't decide to talk with Atalanta to accelerate Koopmeiners after the game of today. He decided to do it even before the game of today. So we see that they are conscious that we need something there. Koopmeiners, Conceição, Nico Gonzalez will already change that, because we also see that today Bangula is not entering, and there is not even another man to play on the other side. So we played 90 minutes of Kenan Yildiz, 90 minutes of Timo Weah. So that's something that we need to fix. Really, offensively, we need to fix, because if we analyze the game of today, we see, I'm not speaking about the beautiful things that we will come back on, but we see a Juventus that is a bit shaking in defense with the same patterns of play that we saw a lot of time, that are repeating, and when it's repeating, it's worrying. Like a certain moment, I believe that it was 2 seasons ago, every time that Juventus was playing on the right side of the field, the opponent was playing on the right side of the field. No, it was even last season. Kostic, Danilo, last season, every time Kostic, Danilo, boom, we were conceding, boom, we were conceding, boom, we were conceding, because they were learning, they were watching, they were studying. And that was our weak side. And now with these patterns, we see that our defense is shaking. Because it's every time these balls that are going over the defense, or aerial or low, that are splitting our defense in two. We saw it against Nuremberg. We saw it against Brest. We saw it today. Even if today they were not able to score on them, but they were dangerous on them. So it's a pattern that we need to pay attention, not losing focus on that. So that's one. And then offensively, even if we see a Juve much more with the ball, much more offensive, much more pressing, much more in possession, we see a Juventus that arrives in the final third, and then from Tigers Di Gregorio, we finish as little cats. From the roar of when you want to build from the back to the little meow, where you are in front and you're absolutely not dangerous. You don't even feel that dangerosity. There was not one time, maybe 1/2 time, 2 times, where I stood up from my chair saying, Il est là, here is the goal, let's go. Something is happening. And that's something that we need to solve. If in the back, I think that you can solve a lot of things by concentration, by physical condition. Up front, I think that you can only solve it with men. You can only solve it with men. I think that, of course, a center back more will help, but I don't think it's as fundamental as up front. In the back, we can work. You work, concentration, lucidity. Up front, problem. Because we are dangerous. I saw twice a Thuram that is trying from the distance, which is not bad. I saw Locatelli much more offensive, entering also that box to give some support, especially in the first half, which he was not able to do in the second half, which is not bad. I saw beautiful things today, but offensively we miss. We need cope. We need also subs. Physical condition is growing, which is totally normal, which is in the process, so it's good, but we are not yet a 90 minutes team. Then Atletico Madrid were there, and that's probably the good thing that I saw today. Yes, we lost 2-0. Yes, we didn't win against Brest, Nuremberg, and Atletico, the third friendly that we played, serious friendly. But I didn't see a total domination of Atletico Madrid against Juve. That's not what I saw from a team that, let's not forget, not only they have the same coach in continuity since years, they have stars on the field like Griezmann, for example, but also they have a bench that is entering and changing that beginning of the second half with fresh legs, with fresh ideas, with understanding immediately how Juventus played in that first half to block us. But I didn't see a total domination, neither in the first half, especially not in the first half, and a bit more, but not that clear in that second half. Where a lot of people were telling me yesterday, Beppe, we are really serious that tomorrow we will lose 4-0, we will lose 4-1, we will lose 3-1, 3-0, which didn't happen today. So I didn't really see that superiority of Atletico Madrid that we remember is the third strength of La Liga, that is a Champions League team that will also be at the Club World Cup in the month of June, July. I didn't see that huge supremacy, even if at the end it's the result that counts. We lost, even if today it's not a problem. In Champions League it is a problem. In Club World Cup it is a problem. Not today. But I didn't see it. I saw a Juventus, and now we flip towards the good side of what I saw, and I read you, guys. I read you. I take also your comments in my analyze. But I saw a Juventus, if we go towards the negatives, we said a bit shaky on the same patterns in defense. I'm not speaking about individuals yet, except of Vlahovic that we already tackled. I saw Juventus that is a small cat, a meow meow up front, not dangerous. A Juventus that is missing some men. And I'm not speaking about individuality, but just in terms of quantity we miss. Then, from the positives that we saw today, I saw that tactical change and test, Cabal Cambiaso, that according to me worked really well, especially in first half. It's an extra solution that you're giving to be more unpredictable, which totally succeeded in the first half, and it's something that we, I think, do need to continue to test. Really, I like that change. Having that possibility to change. We'll come back in the changes of Thiago Motta in a second. That's something I liked. I really liked, especially in the first half, that trio of Thuram, Douglas Luiz, and Locatelli in changing the three position, attacking, pressing, going higher, tracking back, understanding each other, not committing the same mistakes of leaving their spot and forgetting to cover. I think that today, especially the first 45 minutes, were a beautiful accordion. It was a harmony. Everything was really set and they were playing really, really well. We didn't find Kenan in the first half, much more in the second half. But that was working extremely well, honestly. So I loved the two fullbacks in the first half. I loved the three centers, but it's an upgrade there. Douglas Luiz is an upgrade. Kefren Thuram is an upgrade. Locatelli in that position is not bad. Steve is saying, complaints aside, congrats Pepe, you are the bright spot of Juve social media and do a great job. Thank you, Steve. What else? Wait, let me think again. I see again a Weah that is in preseason, not bad. I saw him doing some things where I said, look, okay, Tim, not as the starter of Juve. Not as the starter of Juve. But a Weah that can play in the 22-24 of Juve without problem. If it's this Weah, I like the Weah as a rotational player that can play some games in case of need. A good sub. Grande Neven. A good sub. Better than last year in that offensive position where he doesn't need to take care too much about that defensive side, which was limiting him a lot last season. So I saw patterns that were working. So let's go towards the patterns to not speaking about that much individuals, but more about the players. So that's the first half team of Juve where we play this Juve, a 4-1-4-1, okay? This is the Juve of the first half. But that 4-1-4-1, as I told you, a lot of time you have a Dusan Vlahovic here. You have quite wide Yildiz and Weah. And here you have these players, and maybe that's an important thing. The players are playing extremely high on the field. No, Danilo was not there yet. It was Cambiaso on the right. I'm sorry, Cabal here. And then Bremer that is here. Sorry. So what I really liked is at a certain we saw them really here with the two center backs Tell me if I'm wrong in my tactical analysis, because some people told me, Beppe, you don't understand football a few days ago. But that's what I saw clearly. These two quite deep, also to avoid these long passes, which we are not yet super well oiled yet, but these two super wide with these two super here, high. But a lot of time we see these players also coming more centrally. Sometimes you see really this, This is what you really see. Remember? And here you have 8 players really here. Depending on the movement, if Bremer has to go, you have Thuram that is coming back or not. You see interchanging. But what is the difference? That with Danilo, that is playing on the right, you know that Danilo is playing there, and you have only a Cabal or a Cambiaso that doing so. Without Danilo, but with a Cambiaso, you have these two roles. And a lot of time we really saw a Cambiaso even taking the lead so that you are allowing Thuram to go up. And it's not a coincidence anymore, because when it's happening only one time, it can happen. When it's systematically, it works. And I believe that these two can create and give unpredictability. Then will we see Gatti, Bremer always? Will we see a Danilo as a center back? Well, I start doubting it, my friends. I really start doubting it, because in the second half, when Danilo came in, you could say, okay, he will play instead of Bremer because Bremer went out. No, Danilo went actually here as a right back with Cambiaso that went on the left and Cabal as a left center back. So it's clear that Danilo will be the right back of Juve. I believe that against Como, we will see a Danilo that will start here. For what reason? Because Danilo against Como will be here, because you will not have normally on paper the big pressure of Como. We will play more. We will have more field. They will be a bit more close with the Cambiaso here. And probably Cabal will be on the bench with Bremer, okay? I believe that that is what we will see against Como to start the game with. But in games where the other ones are also playing, where they're studying us from a superior team that also play there, because of our predictability of only playing with Cambiaso and not that much with Danilo, because Danilo is not here. Danilo goes up, okay? Which allows Weah to enter. Well, against other teams, I think that the Cabal-Cambiaso situation or solution is a really one that can help and can work a lot. Then, of course, Gatti here, we should find another center back that can allow against Bremer to go here. One of the weaknesses that we have with these defenders is clearly, when we play with Cabal and with Cambiaso, with Douglas Luiz that is coming back as well to create, with the Thuram, it's working. When these players are all man-marked and you are obliged to find the... when you're obliged to find here the wings immediately, well, we know, of course, and that's a reality, that here, most of the time, the ball flops here, the ball flops there. Even vertically, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. The build-up from Bremer, it's dangerous. Gatti is not building, is carrying that ball with him, making sure that Cambiaso goes here and someone else is taking a bit of spot. But also here, when you ask the same task to Gatti to do the job of Bremer, we have the same difficulties. So here, I think really that you need a center defender with good feet. I really think that you need a good one with good feet, otherwise you are a bit messed up. You are really a bit messed up. But we saw systematical patterns that start to happen, which I'm happy with. The triangle, I already told you, a Locatelli much more advanced that is working really well. Much better. This was the best performance of Locatelli. The first 45 minutes of Locatelli were really good. If you say that Locatelli didn't play well the first 45 minutes, guys, it's only bad fate. Malafede. It's bad fate. Then we need to involve these men. We need to make them much more dangerous. And especially if we know that Thiago Motta loves to change them, because that's what we saw last year with Orsolini, Doye, and the other ones that were playing. We know that quantitatively we need. I liked Fagioli, except of that mistake, because we speak about Cabal, but Fagioli's starting that mistake, slipping on the field. But I liked also what Fagioli is offering in terms of ball management, control, lucidity. Man of the match. We go with the man of the match. I want to read you a bit because I think I spoke a lot now. What I told you, was it clear in the game? Am I wrong? Is it something that I forgot tactically? Because I probably forgot things. Is there something that gave you even more hope or that you are worrying about? Man of the match. I want to put Douglas Luiz. I want to put, in a way, Weah, that has been dangerous. I want to put Thuram for his first half. And I want to put Cambiaso. That Cambiaso was extremely important today. Let's go with these four. Our weakness is our defensive end is losing the ball in the dangerous area, and we are paying for it. Yeah, it's true, Saif, but this is a risk. Huh? Oh, maybe I forgot to tell you something. Here, clearly, what we see is a pressing Juve. A pressing Juve with much more ball possession. Juventus that really wants to play much higher with the ball. This is something, I don't know if you are able to see it or not, if the stats will be right or not. Let's try to see. I'm not sure if they are correct, because earlier today I was watching and it was not really significant, but you see the subs, they are higher here, but it's a higher Juve than last year. Much more compact. It's actually what I'm showing you. Because of these changes of field, you see a much more compact with the two wingers that is super wide. It's exactly what I was showing you. You remember when I was showing you this, guys? Earlier, I was showing you Bremer, Gatti as the two ones, with Thuram, with Cabal and Cambiaso here, with the two wingers that were extremely wide. This is exactly what we saw, and I didn't watch it earlier, so it's really what we saw here. Really, with the subs, we go even a bit more higher, even if it's not really significant because they played only 15 minutes. Beppe, I think we also lack a confident we miss a confident Capitano with a good vision who can calm the team. Leadership is, of course, a topic. Yeah? I agree. Judy Singh Beppe, what game did you watch? This is how I analyze. I'm not saying that we played well, guys. I told you what all the negatives that I saw that are worrying. I told you also the positive that I watch. I also always try to watch two kind of things: beautiful movements, wrong movements. Then if I'm totally wrong on something, I'm absolutely open. Then Jude, if Jude Gamer 21, if you want to tell me, of course, with your expertise, with your analyze, I'm absolutely open to listen to you. I'm only asking to be fed with your expertise, with your lucidity, with your game vision. Absolutely, guy, my friend. If you want, you can even, I can send you the link on the channel so you can share with us every beautiful thing that you saw, the negative that you saw, the changes that you would do. Jude, seriously, come. I share you the links now because I need you. Now I need you to tell us what you watched. I think that you need to have now the generosity to share your expertise. Wow, I need it. Now, because that comment, guys, that comment is really something that opens my eyes. That opens my eyes. Maybe I watched Atletico Madrid Juve 3-0 of Juve with the tripleta from Cristiano Ronaldo, and I didn't remember that it was an old game. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm really curious. Jude, if you have the balls, like we are all sure that you have, I can send you the link. You send me a private message. You tell us, Beppe, I'm ready to share the knowledge with you. And we go. And we go. If not, then we don't know. Then we don't know. But it's open, huh? Seriously. Huh? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to listen to you, to learn, like I think it's important. Okay, guys. While Jude Gamer totally disappeared, I need other comments. But, of course, your opinion, huh? Your opinion, guys. Tell me what else I forgot or not. Lucas, this is something that I don't agree with. I think that also here, a few words, I hope I don't have to repeat it too much. I think that if your analysis was correct, that I work for the club and I'm paid to not speak bad about the club, I would probably have been here motivating the people about Dusan. Yeah, but it's okay, and it's a fantastic player, and it happens in preseason because the physical condition is not good. No, I told you, Dusan Vlahovic in preseason is a total disaster. Didn't play well. Like I'm telling you that I don't think that Gatti is a starting for Juve. Like I told you that Wea is okay, a good rotational player from what we saw in that preseason, but is not the starter. You know that I have always believed in Locatelli, that I didn't like absolutely against Nuremberg. I hated Locatelli against Nuremberg. I saw few progression in ideas against Brest, but not enough. Today I saw the progression that are still not at the level, and that I'm telling you that we really need a Cope manners there to make the difference. So no, I think that I try to be objective. Now, what is right, and that is right, but even before working on Juve is always like that, I don't insult players. I don't go with out movements. I don't go with trash word or these kind of things. This is not my personality, but that has been before Juve and especially now. Because now, if there is someone, raise your hand, guys, that would have a channel of Juve saying X player, let's say Bernardeschi, because he's not at the club anymore. Bernardeschi is shit. And the day after making an interview with Bernardeschi that probably watched you on the channel speaking that disgustingly about a player, guys, then you are probably not in the right reality. Or maybe then you are not done for the job. That's what I think. Okay. Hermoso's left back would be a first signing if we would make. It's a player that is in the talks of Juve, like we have the one of Ajax, like we have a possibility last minute of Hummels. A center back will join Juve. Is Fabrizio Romano always right? No, it's sometimes wrong, but it's a really reliable source because he has a lot of contact, the most contact, and because he also really limited his anticipations of news. He goes towards as close as possible where he knows that 95% it will happen, which is a strategy of communication which he's doing fantastically well. It's probably the best one in terms of international mercato and the most reliable one. For anyone who's seeing Beppe speak kind words just because of his professional tie to Juve, he's really watching the games with emotion, not rationally. I couldn't agree more with what. Thank you, Loco. But anyway, guys, let's not speak too much about that. I wanted to answer because otherwise we go bad. Sometimes we need to be negative so Juventus can listen to their fans. If not our change, I don't agree with that, Stefan. Sometimes we need to be negative, 100% right, 100% correct, and we need to criticize the performance of Locatelli, the fact that we are not complete, the fact that our mercato we missed on Todibo, like I told you 2 days ago, that according to me, the biggest blame is on Giuntoli Juventus Football Club, that today we didn't sign Cope Manners is a problem. I don't care that Atalanta is doing difficult or not. We need to criticize. We need to say when things are not going wrong. Well, we need to say that we didn't win a single friendly. We need to say all those things, but not for the club to listen to their fans, because this is, according to me, the worst thing that you can do. If Giuntoli, that is not in Sweden, is now watching this channel to learn from Beppe and the 600 people that are here in the chat, plus the world of Twitter, what they need to do, I think that we have bigger problems. Not that one of us cannot be right, cannot have a fantastic opinion, but I hope that the people that are paid for doing a professional job are aware of the situation that we are in, and that needs to be like that. I hope that never a player transfer will flop because of protest of people, because I trust the management to do the best things that they want to do. Then it can flop, yes, because if you don't do things, you can't flop. But no, not for the management to listen or to the support. This is, I think, a vision of fans that is totally wrong. Everyone needs to do their job. Fans need to supporting, criticizing, being happy, being angry, whistling when you need, cheering when you need. That's our job. Speaking about Mercato, discussing, not being happy, not agreeing, all right. A manager needs to sign player. A coach needs to train them. A player needs to play. Otherwise, we start having a bit of problems, I believe. Thank you, Tariq. Salvatore, how Cambiaso came last in poll? The poll, you have been voted. I closed the poll with Douglas Luiz 43, Thuram 32, Wea 12, Cambiaso 11. I think because a lot of time we are looking at what we actually do with the ball. A dribble, a mistake, a foul, a flop, a bad pass. And we don't always look at the tactical side of things. I think that Cambiaso on the right side was a tactical intuition from Thiago Motta, where we discussed about here on the channel, and I can guarantee the people that were writing earlier that Thiago Motta was not watching the channel before understanding that it was a great solution to have Cambiaso on the right with Cabal on the left. What I think. Grande fede for Juve, grandissimo. Now we can discuss about do we need to reintegrate Chiesa? Look, this Chiesa that I would love today to be sold, I think that this Chiesa could be important for this team of Juve. I have absolutely no doubt that Thiago Motta could make him work, but I think that Chiesa went over the limit in terms of behaviors, requests, ego, last year of contract, not yet, etc., etc., etc. I think that this can possibly be the big problem why he's on the market. But then I don't hesitate that a Chiesa like that could possibly be the player that could help us on the right side of the field or the left side as well. Would it be controversial to suggest that Gatti is better than Bremer on the ball? Gatti is scaring me, guys, when he's on the ball. Because you see that he loses his balance. That's what I think. But Bremer on the ball is not good. Huh? You remember if you go back to the video extension 2029 of Bremer, you will see that there are three things that I'm asking. One of the things is on the ball. On the ball. He really needs to improve on the ball, Bremer, in that four-man defense. He really needs to. And I don't think that playing as a left center back is helping him, because every time he needs to go on his right foot. That's even putting him a bit more in difficulty, which with Allegri, we immediately stopped after 3-4 games of the first Bremer season. Do you remember that we played Bremer, Bonucci with Bremer a bit more on the left? We stopped immediately because we saw that it was extremely difficult for him. He improved. I see a much more calm Bremer, but we are not yet at the Bremer. Bremer needs to play on the right. Not as a right back, right center back, according to me. How can we see the bright future? That's a good question that probably I will be criticized about. But I think that we have a lot of optimism to hold on, according to me. A lot of optimism, according to me. Then it depends on your expectations. If your expectation, Hash, is to win Scudetto, World Cup for Club, Champions League, Coppa Italia, and Supercoppa, then it's your expectations that are wrong, and they will probably be not met if you want to win all of them. If you want to play against Como, Verona, Roma, the football that you were watching last year at Thiago Motta. I will give you one thing, guys. Images speaks louder than words. Is that true or not? Is that true or not? Images are speaking louder than words. Let me show you one thing, guys. Is there someone that can help me, that can give me the exact date of Thiago Motta at Bologna in 22-23? I think it was September, something like that, but I need the exact date. It was 16 September 2022, or can someone go fast and watch the exact date of Bologna Thiago Motta in 22-23? I think it was here. I'm nearly sure it was his first game was the 17th of September, I think. Bravo. Karavoc, grandissimo, is saying he arrived on the 12th of September. Okay? 12th of September. Now I will show you something. Okay? Are you ready? His first game, because I made them by date, his first game officially is against Empoli at home. Result, lost 1-0. Second game is against Juve, away in the Allianz Stadium. He loses 3-0. Third game, Sampdoria 1-1. Fourth game against Napoli 2-2. And he had 4 games without a single win, where the machine starts to work here with a 1-0 against Cagliari, 2-0 against Lecce, 2-1 against Monza, 2-1 against Torino, 1-2-3-4 after losing against Inter 6-1. And then we start having a much more positive Thiago Motta in that season. Then, of course, it starts to be tough, the season, but we see a a Bologna that needed time. He needed time. And then you go towards the next season of Thiago Motta, where he already coached them, he already understood them, where he had that preseason, and then you see also here a much more positive year with beautiful blocks of wins. Understanding the game of Thiago Motta, why am I taking that? I'm taking that because understanding the game of Motta needs time. Especially because Thiago Motta coached in the first 60% of the preseason only next-gen players. In the 40 remaining percentage of the preseason, he started to work with an incomplete team, but more first-team players. And what we watched today, we watched a Juventus that is open and willing and flexible to listen to the ideas of football of his coach. I saw now patterns that start to be really automatism. And we are speaking about a team that is not even complete. If we are able to do that with a really shrinked team, I'm sure that we can do that even better with more players available, more, and probably in certain roles, qualitative players available. So I see that we have some hope, but it will be a crescendo. And of course, Juventus management not be able to fast seal deals for important position will make that we extend that moment of adaptation. Because if Douglas Luiz, Kefren Thuram, even Locatelli are adapting to the football of Thiago Motta, Cambiaso, Cabal, Gatti, Bremer, well, the new center back, the new Koopmeiners, the new offensive wingers, they will also need their adaptation moment, which is totally correct. But that's where I see the positivity, where Juventus is really clearly different as the one that we watched last season. I lost all my checkpoints. I don't know you guys, huh? I personally lost all my checkpoints of Juventus Allegri. I really lost all my checkpoints, how can I say, when you say, I know this will happen. I know I will be reassured about the defense, about this, because we will do that movement. I anticipate the ball will go there, because I know when I'm doing commentating in Italian or in English, with Allegri, I knew where the ball would go before the ball was even leaving the foot of the player. Today I lost all my checkpoints because I'm discovering new things. And I'm happy about what I see. I see a Juve with the intention to play higher, to press, to hold more the ball, to find solutions. Then we lack in concentration mistakes in the back, building with the two central defender. We lack offensively. Dusan Vlahovic is not yet performing, and hopefully he will, and he needs and is obliged to perform. Of course, we need to be better. We need Giuntoli to go fast, and I'm expecting that next week we have at least a here we go, at least a here we fly, or a here we go fast in the J Medical and go fast training. I would not even make them do the J Medical because we need them on the field as soon as possible. I'm already expecting Thiago Motta to send the video cassettes or DVD or USB files with the movements that they need to study so that in the plane or in the train or in the car when they are traveling to Juve, they are already starting to train and to study because we are losing a lot of time. I think, Douglas Costa and Kefren Turan will be extremely fun to watch this season. But again, to give you your answer, that was a really great question, Beppe. I'm a positive person, Beppe, but I need to understand how can we be confident about what we see. Where is your expectation? What do you expect from this season is first of all, because again, if you expect fantasy football, if you expect immediately Calcio Champagne from day one, no, you will be disappointed. If you expect a Juve that is a finished product today, it is impossible. If you expect a Juve that is competing for everything, winning them, it will be tough. But we need to see progression. We need to see progression. We need to see a football that is also a winning football, and probably that's the football that at the moment in the friendlies we didn't see, the winning football, because Juventus scored 2 goals against Brest, 0 goals against Nuremberg, 0 goals against Atletico Madrid. And these 2 goals are coming from one penalty of Dusan and a corner kick by Danilo, scored by Danilo after an assist of Dugli. Where is guys? I forgot, but where is Jude Gamer 21? He's not there anymore. Well, maybe he asked me that he wanted to go up. Probably asked me, but I didn't see him anymore. My bad. We are playing different. That's something, guys, that nobody can deny. We are playing a total different football. Better, we'll see with the result. If I expect a start a la 15-16, I hope not. I hope not. You know, for what? Because in 15-16, not even the most positive person on earth could think that we could have a comeback. But we were able to do that comeback for a simple reason. Because we had men with huge, big attributes. Let's say it like that. Buffon, first of all. I will always remember his words post Sassuolo. And you had that really serious boom coalition from the locker room that said basta. But we had also especially leadership. We had quality. We had a winning Juve that also were used to winning. We had winners, which we don't have now. If we go with a start a la 15-16, we don't recuperate it. We can probably be better, progress towards the end, but never on earth we can do the run of 15-16. I don't think so. Beppe, last season Atalanta rejected a 47 million bid for Koopmeiners because it was too late. It was in the winter as well. Winter and maybe even in the summer could be, I don't remember. But yeah, it could be. But now the player, it's another situation. It's a total different situation. Yeah, and also on paper we're stronger, even with minus 11, which we are not today. This is also something that we need to keep in mind. On paper, especially today, with 19 players, 16 field players, we are not ahead at today. And at the end of the mercato, we will see. What is your opinion? Will Juve be in the future be able to sign? No. Except of a drastic change in the football world, which there were some attempts rejected by people that were saying that football was for the poor and not for the rich. You can't, because it's too expensive. Beppe, I had good moment, but I felt the defender makes simple mistakes. We conceded on the penalty there, and then on a certain moment, Cabal, Thuram were also making a strange thing there in the back. That first goal, we see lose focus at the second minute. This is something that we saw last year as well. Entering again the field without the full concentration and full ability. I don't understand that. This is something for me that is huge in terms of not being good. Huge. Because you can't. The second half started, guys. The second half started. Mohamed. Di Gregorio is more fitting Motta plan, but do you think he's at a better level of Szczesny? Szczesny is a player that I adore. That I think has been incredibly overrated, because some people cannot get over a mistake from a player. They cannot make abstraction, or not abstraction, but they can't forgive. They cannot go over it. The guy can do 38 good games. If he missed big one game, then they will go back on that one. They will go back on that one. They will go back on that one. But according to me, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. I believe in Di Gregorio. Now, I need to say I was expecting... I'm not complaining, huh? I was expecting to see him even more involved with the feet. I didn't see that yet. A bit, yes, but not as involved as I was thinking. And I tell you, luckily, because I love building from the back. I love playing with the goalkeeper when you can. Not because you are obliged a la Guardiola and especially a la De Zerbi. This is something that goes me totally in tilt. When I see, because it's the philosophy of football and we are obliged, even if we are pressed by 5 players, I go totally crazy because it makes no sense. I'm happy that we find... a good mix, and maybe will come more and more and more. Thuram much better, huh? Much better Thuram than the last game. Good first half. Look who's there. Attenzione, attenzione, attenzione. Look who's there. Selling depth. We have selling depth that is in the channel. Grande, grande, grande. Dai, maximum of likes for selling depth that is coming to say hello with a beautiful question as well. Beppe, can you please tell us your prediction versus Como? I give you 2 things, Celine. And then you tell me. I give you 2 things. I give you, first of all, the lineup that we will play. Di Gregorio on goal. Wait, we will see this lineup, according to me. Thuram, Dugi, Locatelli, Yildiz, Weah, Vlahovic. According to me, this is the lineup that we'll see in the first half of Juventus against Como. With these men, of course, I hope there will be no injuries, because then we have a big problem. But these are the men that will start the game, to start with. And I expect, and I will tell my prediction in terms of scores. Are you ready? I don't know if you are ready. I don't know if you are all ready, because my prediction will arrive now. Juventus Como. Como will score the last goal of the game. Como will score the last goal of the game. But Juventus will score 4. 4-1 for Juventus! Woo! Doogie doogie! It's over. Say in depth, are you satisfied with my prediction? Is Celine satisfied with my prediction? 4-1. I need to know now. And hopefully it happens. Because if it happens, guys, if it happens, we will clip and we will put. If it doesn't happen, of course, this never happened. This moment never happened. Oh, and of course, Beppe is again out of breath. You know what happened? Celine, she saw me. She said, this guy is totally crazy. I leave. I delete my subscription on the channel. I don't want to be anymore part of this show. Disaster. What a disaster. Woo! Guys, 4-1. It's a beautiful result, I think. No? 4-1 prediction. How are we scoring 4? With the ball in the goal. I think it will. I'm really confident it will happen. I'm really confident it will happen. Celine is not as confident as me. Let me say 2-1. She says. Let me say 2-1. To you, but 4-1 would be good, of course. Beautiful dance. Thank you. Yeah, next week on Monday, you will send me a message and will tell me, Beppe, you were right. You will see. You are all men and women of little faith. Little faith. It will be a game a la Juve Parma 2011. You will see. You will see. Marco Era, thank you for your membership on the channel. 29 months together with us. Beppe, predict goal scorer and bench player. Oh, calma. That's a big gift. That's a big gift. I clipped it. So Raz, delete it if it doesn't happen, of course. Beppe prediction 85% always right. Thank you, Edza. Don Beppe know what he's talking about. Yeah. Let's see. The way Vlahovic can't control. Vlahovic was not good. We know it. We already spoke about it. Ragazzi e ragazze, 1 hour of post-game. I think we said everything. Look, I tell you, according to me, we have positive signs. Allez, dai! Thiago Motta did his job. Can we resume it like that? Thiago Motta did his job. Now the management need to complete it. Is that a beautiful sentence? Thiago Motta did his job. Now the management need to complete it on the field. This evening we come back on the Mercato. This night, extra live, Mercato live. Because I need to understand Larry the Bird, what he's saying about the meeting of today. Wait. Attenzione. The contacts for Nico Gonzalez between Juve and Fiorentina are ongoing. With the negotiations set on the basis of a loan with an obligation to buy at 30 million euro, the agreement with the player was found for a 5-year contract at 3.5 million. Will arrive. Will arrive. It will happen, guys. Nico Gonzalez. Speedy Gonzalez. Beppe, what will happen today, by the way? I have this. 28 of 7. Attenzione, 11 of 8. Yeah, I said that today something would happen. It didn't happen. At the moment, it didn't happen. I was ultra confident that today would have been the day of the launch of the third shirt. I was bad. I was wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I was 100% sure. 100% sure that it was today. I flopped on that one, and you know it. When I flop, I'm the first one to say it as well. I don't want to hear about West Ham anymore until the end of the season. 85, indeed. This was part of the 15%. I see Falso Nueve in our future. Depending who can come, it could possibly be a solution. It's warm. I already took a shower before starting the live. I will do again one because I sweated so much you can't understand. Dai. Ciao Alessia! Oh, Alessia, she did a drawing, guys. Soon it will arrive. I hope this week. Soon it will arrive. And then I will hang it on the wall. Alessia made a drawing. Mamma mia. You will of course discover it on Instagram, Twitter. If you don't follow me yet on Instagram, go and follow me, and then you will also follow Alessia, of course. A fantastic design. Fantastic. Here, you have all the greetings of the birthday man that we didn't mention. The birthday man. Happy birthday, Max Allegri. He's tall, eh? He's really tall, eh? Really tall. I wish him the best. I wish him really the best. Grande Max. And also happy birthday to Gianluca Pessotto. That it's really strange. The last time I saw Pessotto, he was sitting like 2 seats next to me in Juve under 19 against Lazio in Coppa Italia. He was sitting like two seats next to me. And in the middle there was nobody. There was nobody between us. You know, it's like when the men go to the bathroom. If you have like 3 toilets, you don't go in the one. You go or left or right when you are 2 persons, but you don't go in the middle. This is a bit because I was already sitting there. Gianluca Pezzotta is arriving alone. Of course, he doesn't know me, so he went not next to me. Like there was a seat next. Unless you are too confident, that's another thing. Era indeed. Dai. Ragazzi, we see each other this night, this evening. Grazie to all the people, to Alessia, to Celine, to Matthew Thoma, to Eira, to Kirill, to Serraz, to Antonio Inguaggiato, to Salman, to Dankido, to Jose Angel, to Neven, to Kirill, to Mufid, to all of you guys. You're fantastic. Karavoc, that was the first one to answer my question about when did Thiago, the only one, by the way, that was going and looking when Thiago Motta started on the bench. We need time. We can say, Juventus, Thiago Motta did their job. Now Juventus need to complete it fast. Sub count. It's a good question. Before we leave, 3, 2, 1. Not bad, huh? We started with 32,471. 60 again today. Fantastic. Maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe. Grazie, forza.